Well, we asked for a meeting about this as far back as 3 months ago, and they put it off and put it off and put it off and thought we'd sort of forget about it. But, we're not going to forget about it. It's an important issue, and, if we can't have it, and he's not allowed to have it, we're the left-hand side of the poster. Carl is, we believe, the star fighter. We're coming to the ring second. We are coming to being introduced second. So therefore, we feel that Carl should have the star dressing room. It doesn't say Scott Quig's dressing room. It doesn't say the blue corner dressing room. It says the star dressing room. Carl Frampton is the star of this show, and the bottom line is we should be getting that corner. And if we're not going to get it, then he can't have it. We're going to have it locked up, and we'll have separate dressing rooms. It's just as simple as that.
Now, obviously, it was asked in the presser, how does this get resolved? And it clearly isn't resolved. You're convinced he's not having it. He's convinced he is having it.
Yeah.
Now, seriously, is there a chance this could put the whole fight in doubt? If no one's going to give?
Yeah. Really? Definitely. We're not going to relent on this.
Is that a matter of principle more than anything?
It's a matter of principle. They talked about they relented, and Eddie went and spilled all sorts of nonsense out that he wasn't supposed to. We signed an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. He said stuff up on the stage that he wasn't supposed to allow. He was very disrespectful to my son, and I just felt, we didn't take the bait, we didn't bite back, but there are things that you must stick your heels in and be determined not to give on, not relent on, and that's one of them.
Obviously, you did this yourself for a long time and achieved a huge amount. So you're used to people pulling strokes and stuff like that. Did you have this sort of thing in mind, especially when you got over here, got down to the nitty gritty of fight week? Were you anticipating this sort of thing?
Well, we train in London, so we're always over here. But when we came to Manchester earlier in the week, again we tried to get a meeting to discuss this. So it wasn't. They didn't want to discuss it. They kept pushing it off, almost saying like, well, it's sort of a given. It's never been a given. It's never been an issue where we had to. We agreed that he would have the star dressing room. We didn't say that. So we're willing to compromise and lock it up. If we can't have it, they can't have it. It's as simple as that. I mean, we have done our best, and all through the face-off, all of he's been trying to be aggressive, and why waste your time on that? Be aggressive when you're in the ring. And Carl has kept us cool and kept his composure the whole way through, and he will be cool and calm. And when he gets into fight, he'll also be cool and calm. That's the magnificent thing about Frampton. We've had the weight of a nation, just like you said, and the pressure of winning the title in front of 16,000 people, defending it against Chris Avalos, having the heated stuff in the build-up against Kiko Martinez and against Chris Avalos, going out to America, fighting over there. We've had the experience of all of those sort of pressurized situations. Scott has never had that before. He's been the undercard fighter on Krollov's fights and Joshua's fight and all of that sort of stuff. He's never actually headlined a bill himself. The actual pressure of that is making him a little bit giddy, and you can see what's happening.
Just a couple more. First one, the whole issue with Shane and people disrespect shown towards him, people underplaying his achievements as a trainer. Forget boxing, but as a father, is that winds you up? You're a passionate man.
We expected that, so I'm not worried about that. Your legacy will determine what you've achieved in your life. What you do in life, you don't talk about it at the time. It's when you're my age, you look back and you think, well, that was pretty good, or that wasn't so good, or that was crap. But I know what he's achieved and what he's going to achieve, and somebody saying whatever they want to say about him doesn't rattle our cage at all. It doesn't matter.
Just one final one. If, or from your point of view, when Carl Frampton wins in convincing fashion, there's no need for a rematch. Do you anticipate this being his last fight at £122?
No, there's Donaire at 122. Yeah. So there's loads of potential. There is Ruiz and Sija fighting again for the WBC Super Bantamweight title. So there are a number of different there are a number of different possibilities still at 122. Carly's been on the weight, guys, from a month out, so he's great on the weight. He's just, the last time in El Paso we mucked it up a little bit, got a couple of things wrong, and he didn't do it correctly, drank a little bit too much water, so we've got it right this time. And what they've done, the camp, what Joe Galler and Eddie Hearn and Scott Quigg have done, it, they've motivated Carl and they've got him into shape. And of course we know this is a tough fight. Scott Quigg is a very good fighter, certainly the best fighter Carl Frampton has fought, certainly the most dangerous, so we know we've got to be switched on, and Carl knows he's got to be switched on, and he's focused and driven and worked himself very well, controlled his diet over the last 7-8 weeks. He's going to be in great shape.